Are y'all getting sick of me yet? Day number 5 of being live one way or another here. Hello, good morning, Illuvium community. Good day. Hope everyone's having a good day here so far. A little bit of a wrench thrown into the plans here for today. Originally, I just got my 2 Axodon suit and the drone, the one that we had set off through the transducers on last Monday's stream. That just finished. So I was going to go into the overworld and hunt a couple more Axodons, but I got surprised even after I got all my streams set up. I didn't check the Discord at all. I looked into the Discord, 2 notifications from that Illuvium server. The new patch is live, and I feel like I'd be a fool to not be taking a look at it right here, right now. Still a little bit under the weather. It's still a little bit sore. Of course, it's been 4 days straight of casting. Now here for day number 5. Just on the personal stream, though, it was a great couple of days, though. Had the IPL on Saturday, IPL on Sunday, and then 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, full of Leviathan. The Leviathan tournament from Ole and Illuvium. 2 extremely exciting tournaments. And it's going to get, of course, even crazier this week when we have ourselves, of course, the last chance qualifiers. The final call tournament, I believe, as they're calling it here. And, of course, on a new patch, so we'll definitely check it out. The idea in regards to the Axodons, we will absolutely do that again, or we will end up doing that, but on a different day. Because, like I was saying, I think I'd be foolish to not be taking a look at the arena patch right now. There will also not be a top 5 teams from the IPL, because I would put that team, or I'd put that video out, and the patch is completely different, and I do not want to mislead people and make it seem like it's for the new patch. So that segment's going to be cut here from today's stream, and we're pretty much going to just get right into the swing of things. I'm going to actually save Illuvium 0 for the end. We'll have it as the Illuvium 0 like cooldown lap of sorts here. See if we can get those tier 3 biodatas and maybe a couple more combos on my blueprints collection. Get into the swing of things in just a moment's time here. Of course, I got the comfy clothes on. I'm ready to try and raise the rank up a little bit here. There we are. Not sent to the Shadow Realm, it looks like. Looking good so far. You can't see through me? Alright, I guess we're doing okay. Of course, regardless of which platform you are on, whether it be Twitch, YouTube, or X, I do have the chats open, of course, as always. More than welcome to take any sort of backseating, any sort of comments, questions, whether it be the game or not the game. I'll gladly accept it, and I'll gladly answer it when I can, as long as it's appropriate, of course. And I do have to call out Twitch in particular. I found it kind of funny. When I looked over to my Twitch chat, it says, subscribe to earn drops. You can't subscribe to my channel. Twitch, what are you doing? It's disappeared now, I think. I think they finally figured out the mistake, but I just found that kind of funny. Of course, one of the updates that did happen with this new patch is while I'm sitting here, I can actually just go to the team planner. And we can queue up and not waste any time and still just kind of cook at the same time here. Of course, I got a bunch of my teams still set up, and then a couple of the ones that I was showing off before from previous IPL videos. I don't necessarily have anything to build as of this moment. But we'll queue up and see what happens. I must have just missed the game. And what I'll probably do, just in case, because it is a little bit of early in the morning here. Currently going. I may pull 0 up as a backup here if it takes a little bit, but I imagine that this will fill up rather quickly. There's already one more person in, so all good. But yeah, it was a very exciting weekend. Just so many events, so much to cover, to the point where I'm straight up forgetting sometimes as to what even happens. But of course, the IPL 1000 happened. That was kind of crazy. Fury's getting their second IPL 1000 win. That is incredible. It's insane to see. And then this one, I loved that it was up to Furious and Maru, though. It was a little bit unfortunate that the tournament ended so quickly, but at least it ended in a fashion where the two people that were in check had to face each other off heads up in that final game. And that was extremely exciting. And then with the Leviathan tournament yesterday, Sota just looked unstoppable, and it was incredible to see. Of course, Sota's a longtime player, and of course, we kind of refer to him as the Rogue Master, because regardless of the meta, you will see him playing Rogue. And I feel like that did definitely kind of benefit him in that tournament, because everybody else was trying other stuff that might have been a little bit more meta prevalent. But maybe their Illuvials were a little bit weaker. Or they couldn't quite find them, they were a little bit more contested. But yeah, Sota absolutely killed Slade in that tournament. Good to see. Alright, yeah, we're loading up, so this will be relatively imagine. So some things I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Of course, I have not watched anybody play on this new patch. I have not played it ahead of time. So it's all brand new to me. And with the patch notes themselves, of course, we kind of covered it when it was in the testnet phases, but it's pretty much the exact same thing, where the intent is to try and make games faster. So there's no more draft deck, which is going to be a nice change. There's no more Brightland steps, and you get more credits per round, and it takes less credits to actually level up. So everybody's pace has to essentially just raise tenfold here, because we can find ourselves into some later game situations much quicker. Lots more opportunities towards hitting level 10 as well. I'm excited to give it a shot. In terms of what am I going to play, I have absolutely no idea, to be completely honest with you. Like, anytime I think of, like, getting a better economy and getting higher levels, the first thing that comes to my mind, at least, is Scion that would benefit heavily from it. Because, of course, if you're truly looking for invokers, which have already been relatively strong, but it's also been a very odd spot where they're never contested. So I can't truly imagine and say how strong it would be. But by the dual F, for example, and then the Fisto, getting up to level 10 and still being like rather healthy on credits, I feel like that's going to be a big buff towards the Scions, but at the same time, you will see more things like Titanor, you might see more Phosphorus, and Adorius is just going to be an absolute pain. Even in the tournament yesterday we saw in Leviathan, it was the first time I've ever seen 8 Nature actually win a game. I'm a fishy actually pulled it off, but they had an Adorius come on in, and it was essentially unbreakable. The heals that thing was doing was incredible. So big power spikes at level 4 or the tier 5 units are much more achievable, and it could blow this meta wide open. I'm very curious to see how this goes. There's also a couple of balance changes, of course. I believe the firefighting weapon did get a slight knockdown. I imagine the Verdant Cleaver probably got smacked again, just because it's basically the Aurelia of weapons in this game now. Originally, it did absolutely need a nerf, but now it's just better nerf the Cleaver is definitely something that seems to be going on, even though it seems like it's in an okay spot as of this moment. And here we go. That is a lot of relatively new faces here for me. Scorpion, I remember. Illuvium Hunter, I remember. There's a chance, of course, I've played with these players before, but it's been a little while, and we're starting things off with a little bit of chaos. We're going to get some legendary augments right off the rip. But let's see how this goes. Just going to kind of go with the flow with this instance. You blame Silent for the patch. Well, hey, you can blame me for it. If it's positive, I will gladly accept it. What's up, Gear? How's it going? How to play 2D. Yeah, very rarely are you actually here at the start of the stream, so good to see ya. Okay, there we go. Shard Bluff, of course, again, going to give me a package. I am not going to open this thing until we start getting into these later rounds. Links for this game is an Air, or the Virtuous Zephyr Links. Definitely keep that in mind. Woke up to it. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Hey, Toka, join the squad, buff you up. That's also Air, isn't it? Okay. Just in case, we can do something like this. My track record with fighters is usually pretty poor, but I mean, it's given me 2 of them already, so I might, well, think about it. I was being very, very nice to you when you said you woke up too early, because like, no, I get it. I get it. It's no 7, 6 in the morning, but I know what you mean. I get it. I won't give you a hard time about it. I'll behave. First opponent, Illuvium Hunter, unfortunately, looks like they have not connected, so I'll, I guess, take the W where I can. Hopefully they connect back shortly. I mean, fair enough. I definitely would understand the pain if you're going to bed that late, so fair enough. Gonna hang on to my augments for the time being. I don't need to use them, so I'm not going to. Let's see, where's it show the base income now? So, up to 9 already. Oh, Illuvium Hunter's here. There we go. Glad they were able to connect back in. No, I get it. You're good. I thank you for stopping by, but if you need to pass back out, I definitely understand. Definitely understand. Alright, weapon-wise, let's take a look and see what we got here. A lot of good choices. The Ripple Flail I'll switch over. It's gonna... Actually, that's an air fighter weapon. We also actually have credits here this time. Of course, brand new on the right-hand side, we can actually see how rich everybody is. Is anybody going to pick their weapon? Or can I no longer see until later? That'd be an interesting change if that's the case. I was a slowpoke, but I did pick the weapon I wanted anyway. Yes, feeling a little bit better. The colds that I had thankfully did leave before or in the middle of the IPL semifinals for the most part. So, A-okay on that front. Throat's a little sore because this is, of course, day 5 in a row of being live and casting one way or another. Had 2 days of Illuvium Pro League, 2 days of Leviathan. Now we're back here today. So, I'm definitely going to be looking forward to having Thursday and Friday to relax the voice a little bit before going crazy once again for this weekend coming up, the final last chance qualifier. Combat rhythm, absolutely. We'll pick that one up. Or the Leviathan was Illuvium, but it was a different game mode where the actual ownership of your Illuvials actually matter. That's called the Leviathan mode. It's definitely an interesting way to do it, because as much as I love the free-to-play option where it's kind of putting it on everybody's radar and all that stuff, I think I kind of mentioned this even in the stream yesterday. Like, it's great, but it's just basically the free-to-play version of the Illuvium Gauntlet, it just feels like another auto battler, but with creatures. It's good, but nothing stands out that much, if that makes any sense. I guess there's some mechanics that are different and whatnot, don't get me wrong, but the Leviathan mode, where you're actually using the stuff that you've gone out in the world to catch into the arena, I love that, and that personally makes it stand out big time for me anyway, and I honestly hope to see more of it. Personally, I wouldn't mind if, say, the Illuvium Pro League, right now the way it currently is kind of set up, the Illuvium Pro League is the free-to-play option that gets a tournament every weekend. Meanwhile, Leviathan gets a tournament like every couple months as little one-offs. I would love to see it actually reversed, where the Illuvium Pro League is Leviathan, and then we do one-off free-to-play Gauntlet tournament here and there. That way we still keep the free-to-play stuff involved, but let's see the Leviathan, let's see the ownership, let's see these alluvials more that people are taking the time to raise. And that's coming from me, of course. Again, I don't care at all about the buying and selling of alluvials. Some people, the most delusional thing I've seen on a stream before is I've seen that people say they play these kind of Web3 and crypto games, or whatever you want to call them, for the thoughts of financial freedom. That to me is completely delusional. I don't care about that kind of stuff. But I just love, on a gameplay aspect, using the stuff that I've caught on the field. Yeah, I've been moderately vocal. Like, I'm not annoyingly vocal, but I've definitely mentioned it a few times around, like on stream and whatnot. Kind of, not beat around the bush, but mentions that I enjoy it more. I finally use this thing. Oof. Of all the things I could have gotten, I've got like every augment that I could truly care less about. I mean, Blightfire's probably the go-to. Let's just make this thing a beast, I guess. I haven't really been talking about the actual gameplay portion of this as of yet, but as I'm thinking right now, I just want to cruise. I want to see how fast I can get to 70 credits. Because, of course, that new change where we're getting more credits every single round, I am completely content to lose streak in this, and then making my move later. See how fast I can get to 70 credits, because right now I am absolutely flying. Right after Doka's, I'm already at 56. That's incredible. Not annoyingly vocal, just annoying. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just the guy that yells at video games. I understand, I get it. Where do we go from here? There's a level, and okay, we were almost at 70. We're at the funny number. I wish to add going up against Ra. Focus this. You go back and around, dive on through, that's fine. Let's just add one more tank, I suppose, for now. I don't have enough for 5 fighters, so I'm not going to worry about forcing another fighter onto the board, as if I have one anyway. I did not recognize that there are a bunch of rogues, really, on this squad. So my Virtuous Lynx is not necessarily in the prime position to truly capitalize on this, healing my team or dealing damage. Not so bad now, though. Thankfully, these tanky augments that I gave to it is holding for now. It will end up dropping, and then we will end up dropping this round. Of course, I broke the lose streak on that last round, and then immediately go back to losing here versus Raw aim. Now it's just a matter of how do we want to do this. Let's see what everybody's got. Links count. How many do we have? It's just me and one other guy. Scorpion, what do you got? It's just the one? Okay, I'm not going to go completely brainless rolling here, but I am going to roll a little. Huh. Not necessarily a good start, but it's okay. You thought I was good at this game, not a chance. I am barely above average at best, and even that is being generous, to say the least. And exactly, that's why I broadcast it, that's why I stream it instead. Or at least when I get the one elimination, but not much. I gotta actually start to shape up a little bit in here now, don't I? I've not seen a single Kukaref, or not Kukaref, but Kuka. Scorpion has. Disarm, I mean, that's chance, maybe. Shield on Omega. 2 shield on Omega. There is 1. Keep going. Alright. I think we're actually going to commit to this time. Fleesh, you need to leave. Make room. Do I have room for a Kuka? I do. Come on now. This definitely hurt a little bit. Kuka, I need you to wait. Lynx is here. Hello, beautiful. Fully loaded up. Kuka, come back. I'm looking for a Rai in particular here. And then we can try Shock Out on this new patch. I'm still going to get my rear handed to me right now. My pacing is definitely a little bit different, but at least instead of having no credits right now, I have 48. So it could be much, much worse. There we go, Illuvium Hunter. Even after disconnect, getting themselves back into this game. Let's see. How many Ryans do they have? None. How many do you have? None? Okay, so it's not like I'm rolling against the world here. Chances are still a little bit rough, but it is still doable. Pure damage isn't a bad idea. Omnivamp's not a bad idea either, especially since I have the raw, the combat rhythm. There is Riley, my beloved. There you are. Send that on over. We've got Shock online. Still have this stupid little Valente. Let's switch that over. And we've gotten the Lynx, we've gotten Riley, and we still have 59 credits. That's actually incredible. In the old patch, this would have punished me big time. I'd be scraping with like maybe 10, 14 credits or something like that. Granted, some of these rolls did go into my favor, but at the same time, a lot of them didn't. Let's do the healing variant. That's a you, give that to you. We'll do the destructive variant. This'll work. Let's go up to the next level. One more Kuka can join. Something like this. You lead, go, go, go. Necessarily have something perfect to fit in, so we'll just drop the Tibiruko in there, or not Tibiruko, Tiriao, or whatever the middle evolution is that you want to call it. I always screw that one up. And let's see. how this goes. So far, so good. Riley, can you stay alive for me here, though? That's the big thing. Right on the verge of getting heals, and I think it is actually getting healed as well. This will work out now. Took a lot of heat early, but that is all right. How many T-Roos are out there right now? Ra has one. I think that's it in regards to the evolutions. Probably still plentiful, but at the same time, I'm almost skeptical about actually rolling for it. Might just play the safe game and just put some of these next credits into levels. There is definitely an interesting idea, but getting another fighter would be nice. I could very well just swap you two out. Maybe even something like this for a little bit of more firepower. You go to the corner, a bit more towards the middle, something like that. I currently have the Behemoth online, so I would need to go for Polar Bear and then maybe to find value out of that. Leave me for a few seconds, but suddenly I'm last. At least you didn't say you left me for a few seconds and then I'm eliminated. Then that would be a little bit rough. I will take the W's where I can get them. But no, we're on the come up now. We hit our moderate power spike by finding Riley. Granted, it fainted in this this last battle. But again, I'm kind of where I'm somewhat comfortable. I've got my links, I've got one carry. Heck, even the T-Roos are coming through here, but I'm not even necessarily looking for them. We'll put our extra credits into levels, which actually gets me a level right away. That is extremely fast. And now I have the potential to go for that 3 fire buff, which would help not T-Roo, but Riley. We can go there, so we've now got 4 air, 3 fire, 2 shock. The draft circle is gone. It is no longer in the game. They actually took that out to help speed up games on average. So thankfully, we don't have to worry about it anymore. I know personally, it was probably one of my least favorite parts about the game. I get that it was a catch-up mechanic. Like, say, if I was last, I would have had first pick on the draft deck. But sure, in that regard, I'm missing that, but I am not missing the immediate stop to play, just completely shutting down momentum and doing something like that draft deck. So I'm glad it's gone. Like, we're already at round 15, and it's been like maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe. Not bad at all. 2 more air units on board here, actually. This thing. Because I don't have fighters, let's lose the fire buff for now, trade it for air. This gives us 6 air, so my units are stupid difficult to actually hit. Right in time for these rogues to come on through. They should hopefully dive in onto this penguin. Tutor here, putting their carry right into the line of fire of my guys. Let's hope that that plus the shock can help take it down. Of course, my little turkey, little Kuka's doing a decent job trying to stun things up, but again, this penguin is still very, very strong with the rest of these rogues. Looks like we will get cleaned up. I don't know how my links ended up all the way at Narnia, up on the northern side, but that's definitely not helping me any. Could we pull this off, though? Get that healed off when we're just going to start doing damage. We still have shock. We might be able to do this one. Just a matter of dealing with this penguin. There's no more eliminations really available outside of the ranger. Can it take it down? I don't think it will, but we're going to at least make it honest. Yeah, It was honest. It was a close one. Another shock unit. I would be foolish to keep Kuka. Let's bring you in here, Squiz. Put a couple of these onto my Mammoth. I would love for them to get a healing buff if they survive rather long. A foe showing up is quite nice, too. So 6 air, 3 shock is now available. Those lightning bolts coming on down are going to be doing some decent damage. Another 50 damage per bolt. Insert, yes, insert Thunderstruck here right now. Synergy. I was hoping for an air imprint so I can give it to my Riley, but we're not going to find that this time. Dodge chance is where I think we're going to end up going. I'm not looking for my Ranger to be a DPS character. More so the tank, so let's pick up another fighter. Let's pick up a couple here. I've got so much credits that I don't even know what to do with in this instance. This is weird. I like this, but this is weird. Kuka, you can come back. Let's give you fighter stuff. Riley's gonna die through. Wiz is in a bit of a dangerous spot. Down. I'll move Squiz in the last moment here. I do not want you to be dove by the rake. Yep, exactly. Yep, I see what you were getting at. Other rogue squad, that gorilla is going to make things difficult as always, but my Riley is there for backup. And we take it down before the next shot comes through. Squiz, bring the lightning. Don't necessarily have the firepower just yet, but at the same time, my team is just not dying. Ramp fight is tickling, and we're fighting directly in my Lynx's heels. Perfect case scenario. The fire imprint is interesting. I am going... Oh, but so is the air one. Okay. I think I'm going to go for the fire. Let's give this to... Or give the damage at least to Riley, so now it's going to be an even better fighter. I'll give extra damage to Squiz. I again have so... Oh, there's actually the polar bear that I was looking for earlier, too. Let's pick that up. Let's keep leveling, why don't we? Lynx, you're not going to be long for this world if you stay there. Just do something like this, maybe? Familiar is definitely going to be scary, but my Riley and Kuka are both right there with them. Gonna do some good damage, of course. Where's that stun? That will lock it up, so no more second casts. We are hypered up, actually. So this is looking pretty decent. If we can stay inside of the Lynx's heals, that'd be even better. Actually, the Lynx is dead, so there is no more heals. That's a little bit problematic. Squiz is still relatively healthy, though. We're still bringing the shock. But my Riley is now kind of getting focused. A nice stun coming out there from my Mammoth. But my Riley had to waste so much time trying to deal with that Kronk that we're probably going to end up dying here. Dead chat Sam, not dead just yet. Yeah, as soon as Squiz gets turned on, it's a glass cannon. It's not going to survive any of that. Okay, Riptor is here. I'm going to make the 1-for-1 trade. Doka, Riptor. Bunch of these fighters here that I would love to get involved. Kind of split between two comps, it feels like, at the moment. This. Bring the bear. A 5-fighter. You go there to protect Squiz, because otherwise you would have gotten jumped on. Yes, exactly. I don't think Kling is actually going to fit in with what I'm trying to do, so I'm going to sell that. I have 2 more fighters on board, so if I can actually get to level 10, I could probably get myself up to 7 fighter, but I'm gonna have to remove one of my units here. I gotta figure out which one I want to do there. Thankfully, we still pack a pretty decent punch. Keep the T-Rose here just in case I happen to run into them naturally. I'm not going to roll for it. But if I happen to find 3 more and get that additional shock, I'm not going to complain. We're almost at Forest here as well. If Forest shows up, that might replace Riley in terms of being the main carry. How much is it? 58 now? 58 to level to the portion. Getting to that Scoriox is going to be an absolute pain. Thankfully here, the benefits is... Okay, so Rage Kitten has stacking attack speed on a Alluvial that does not attack, so hopefully we can burst that thing down, because it's just going to use any of those stats gained onto its healing. So to be fair, it is actually going to heal for a lot, but it is going to get immediately popped, and now all that value is gone. Polar Bear going towards the Scoriox. Octius, of course, now evolved as well, can pack a bit more of a punch, but it is still a Scoriox. This is still Magma. This is still not completely safe yet. Not towards the Scoriox, but again, it's just so healthy. We need these shocks quickly, and yep, I can't necessarily knock them for poor augmentization, and they're beating me, so fair enough. A couple more of these players have fallen, though. We are in the top 4. We're in the positives. What came through the pool now with in terms of availability? Basically just T-Roos. In terms of stuff that I'd be interested in. I have 1 extra empath in this, and so Kuka's probably going to end up going. And I may have... Yeah, we'll take out Kuka, level up to 10, bring Foe, bring Doka, 7 fighters, so we do get the extra sustain. On top of the Lynx's sustain already being there, another legendary crate. Damn, not for damage. Stealing resist. Would try that. Let's get to the next level. There we go, first game. Level 10 with plenty of credits to go. Kuka, come on back. Foe is here. Doka is here. Give fighter imprint to, let's say, the Mammoth. Brawler crate emergency button. Give that to Riley for now, but I had some time. Oh, I ran out of time. Damn, I'm taking too long. I very well might just end up losing this game because I have potato speed. Illuvium Hunter, of course, very, very solid, so this is not a safe fight in the slightest. That's a Forest that is absolutely eating my team alive. I had my big red button, but I'm literally sitting here with a legendary augment on the bench because I was not fast enough. And I think we're going to lose because of it. Oh, man. Kicking myself for that one. Definitely deserve that. Now, had that damage amp actually been on, say, Riley, for example, that would have been a major difference maker. We're still in the positive. We get that 1 extra point. But I definitely need to shape up a little bit, and that game took, what? Just about 30 minutes? Not bad. It definitely feels faster without the draft deck in there. Oh, we can range another one. Beautiful. Yeah, sometimes going slow is better. That was not one of those cases, though. Got absolutely shredded. The team felt good. I just did not execute, which I guess is to be expected. I am definitely under-practiced. While I'm surrounded by this game majority of the days of my week, it is usually not me actually playing, so I will take solace in that. We got Shard Bluff again. My goodness. Lynx this time is a Scion or the Arcade Pure Lynx. It doesn't help either that I don't stick to one build. If I were, like, in theory, someone who doesn't play as often as, or, excuse me, as someone who doesn't play that often, they should probably stick to 1 or 2 builds. But I refuse to do that. So there are definitely times where I do drop the ball a little bit, but I'm content with that. Yeah, this time I actually got eliminated. I was so slow at putting my augments onto my alluvials that I actually left a legendary augment on the bench. Oh, you just had to say it. Yep, fair enough. Okay, we just need raw firepower in these early rounds. Tank up my Atipo. Let's turn this Lynx into a Scion. Or not the Lynx into a Scion, but the... Give you this. Protect my Lynx if you can. They're going to line up nicely for me. And we're going to chunk them down quite well. Can we get another shot in here? Good save from the Doko, or at least a good try. Didn't quite get the job done completely. Well, we might be able to still do it. It's going to be close. Doka is going to fall. We can take down the Fleesh. That's huge. We're both Scions, so both of our gunshots actually hit pretty hard. Mine's going to come out first, but it's not enough. A Lava Gauntlet is definitely on the radar. I think that's what we're going to end up going for. Lynx being a Scion makes me want to do some sort of Scion Bunker-esque kind of play this time. So Rai, you can go away. We're not probably going to be using you here this time. Something like this. They're going to be diving towards me, so I don't mind kind of bunkering up a little bit. Alright, Lynx, let's see a good shot towards that gorilla. Take it out before it jumps again. There we go. They do have Emberling Rod, so my units being clumped up is actually a bad thing here for me. Gonna find some serious value. Give me a good shot through multiple units. That literally just split them like a 7-10 split. That's irritating. Just right through the field goal. And that would have been a difference maker. Because they're going to get their Emberling Rod shot probably and kill me. Oh my god, it's actually got to close. We do get... Wow. Okay. Never punished. Okay. Combat rhythm will absolutely take... We kicked the field goal. It was a perfect field goal. Okay. Rogue's gonna dive on in, sure, but I need something to kind of hold the line for the rest of these up front. I'll move a Tipo towards the front for now. Yeah, it's unfortunately a 0. Tipo, we need the shield. Arcane Lynx with a good shot, but the shield did not come out. The Rogue's still definitely, or the Little Valente, still the threat. It is going to end up going down. How did we manage to airball that one, Lynx? Your shot percentage is a little bit weak so far here in this game. And we get the Flish in time. Very lucky. Very lucky. We will take it, though. Get that. We're not to level 30. That's a 30 points. Atlas, one of the units I'd gladly be looking for right now. Isn't Rebel spots. Gonna move them up just a touch. I want to try and make sure that the Lynx is firing without having to move. Because this angle that I'm going for should be decent. Yeah, this is actually not bad. We can actually get some value here on this shot. There we go, right through 2. I'll take it. It's better than none. Considering how the last couple of shots there went for the Lynx. Definitely need another one. Change targets, oddly enough. Immediately blowing up the Revo, so the damage is gone. But we just don't have enough of a tank line. Get one more shot in before dying. The double is going to be huge, though, and we're going to be able to pull it off. So, I mean, we're not winning this convincingly by any means, but we are doing all right. Lynx, I'll gladly take you forward. Get rid of... Let's clean some bench space. Lynx check. What are we looking at? Am I the only one going for Lynxes right now? I would say after the draft deck, you know what's coming, but we don't even have to wait till the draft deck. We're just going to wait until this NPC round finishes. Get the interest off of the Dokas. See how it goes. We even got another perfect augment for it. The Lynxes are just going to show up with me, apparently. Before I roll, though, best opportunity to level up one more time. There you are, beautiful. Welcome back. Energy into Omega Power. I like that. Get your shot off a little bit quicker. I'll even give you some attack damage. Doka, you've done well. Let's bring Flish in to replace. Based on the composition at hand, they're going to be diving towards me, so a Tipo, block low. And then we'll bring Atlas on to block high. As always, I'm not going to account for the Ranger because I'm an absolute dunce, but it is probably going to be unpunished. We'll see. Good shield there from the Tipo. One more shot there from the Lynx. Can it blow up the Ranger? It is going to blow it up in one shot, but we need another one to get rid of some of these. And we are going to get punished this time. Definitely never feels good once you find a fully evolved Lynx and then immediately lose the next round. We'll try to make do. I would love to be able to just greed my way all the way to 70 credits. We're going to be coming on through. People blocks again. We're leveled down, so that's something to keep in mind. Move you over, try to get a little bit of a sharper angle towards the center. Or maybe hit the fighters. That's probably my best bet there. It's going right for the legendary item holder. Shoots through, big damage. Greed is the path to the dark side. It very well might be, but it might be the way of the meta, so we'll see how it goes. Of course, just kind of limit testing so far to see how greedy I can be with my Lynx builds. Beautifully done there from the Lynx, getting the shots that we're looking for. Had a couple absolute potato rounds early on in this game, but it's finding the shots that I'm looking for here to the point where we were a level down, and we still made that look somewhat convincing. With the Mammoth showing up, I will replace Leash. Put a bit more of a tankier Scion there instead. Currently set up for Magma, but I'm trying to see if there's anything more valuable I could be doing right now with my Ranger. Nothing comes to mind immediately, so we'll just let it be. Come on, Lynx, good shot. Destroys the one tank. Still need like one more energy regen item because these shots are coming out very, very slow. Almost got probably my favorite combo in the game where the Mammoth throws the Illuvials right into the Lynx shot. We're going to take care of the tank, but we're not going to be able to get Riptor and the Fleech. So Rattler are going to take me out there. Energy reduction or health across a wider range. I think we'll try the AoE. Now we have made it to level 70. Well, not level 70, but 70 credits. And I'm just going to slowly just put any interest I gain into leveling and see what comes naturally. I do have a squiz. I want to shoot the squiz. I'm going to move my bunker. Do something like this. That might have been a good move, though. They might have saw what I was doing. Wise choice there from Carablue. So my first shot's going to go into the Caradulo. Going to get extremely low, but now they're going to start firing off their Scion shots, making things extremely difficult. This one, let's see. It might hit the Tianti. I doubt that it's going to hit anything else, though. Okay, took out one carry. But yeah, moving that Caradulo was a huge move there from Carablue. Nicely done. As I was trying to set that up so that Link's shot went directly towards that squiz, and that threw a wrench right into that plan. Let's see, Mega Power's health. I mean, that wouldn't be too bad for the Lynx, but not certainly good for anybody else. Energy regen there. Just regen for everybody, I suppose. Level up 1. Could probably try to get a little bit more tankier fellas here, but at the same time, Scarebox right there. I fear you want to have that on the board. I know my positioning is an absolute mess right now, but it's an NPC round, so I'm not too worried right now. Oh, Scarebok actually stunned my Lynx. Synergy-wise, let's get that Scion one. We're almost at full 5 Scion. That could be my 5th right there, actually. Healer can become a Scion as well. Axon. Or not Axon. Atlas. Trade for Scarabok for now. I nearly just punched my stream deck again and would have muted myself again. Could actually be using these credits over here. I'm gonna move my Lynx, and then I know something is gonna just randomly show up from my bench, but it's gonna be a tank, so I'm not too concerned. I need a good shot here from this Lynx. That is a Alfie and a Squiz, and we nearly took out the Squiz already, but we did not get the one shot. If only it was 5 Scion. We'll get it on the second time around, though, so it's not terrible. We still have Scarabok leading the charge, too, with some healthy carries. Can this hit the Alfie? It does. One-shots it. There we go. The 2 big damage dealers gone. Just got to deal with Tianti, and, of course, the Emberling Rod from the Ranger. And they don't necessarily have the firepower right now, so, okay. We're good. 5 Scion. I swear to God. Now here at level 7, I would love to actually be able to level some of these Illuvials up a little bit. I have a lot on the board, but do I have actual good stuff on the board? Other than the Lynx, not really. Might try to roll a little bit. I'm gonna move Lynx all the way down to the bottom. I want to see if I can sweep right through them all. Alfie, you're going to be absolutely welcomed. Luca, you can go away. And I'm going to end up wasting this cast onto a ranger that's basically already dead, which is unfortunate. A good little lineup. We need the shot to come out quickly. Oh, so close. A monk here hanging on by a thread just absolutely cooked me, but good fight. Oh, you're good, dear. You're good. You're good, dear. Oh, dear God. Oh, you're good, gear. Upside. Exactly. Okay, Fiery is going to be showing up here. Let's give you some attack damage. Can I find Archos? No, you're going to show me Squiz, though? I'll take it. And now we're loaded up. I swear to God, I'm not going to live that one down, am I? Alright, Lynx, go through the Mammoth into Kukuraf, maybe? Some good damage, but it's going to eat that Sinolf, and that Charm actually just cooked me. The Quinks on the other side. Fantastic job there. And yeah, we're going to get absolutely wrecked here. This is kind of the team that I would love to be using right now. But by playing with so much greed, I have, again, a lot of units, just not very strong one. Caribou has an Octius, which is something I'd love to have right now. A few other people have Alfies. We're going to end up getting a few of our units, at least, in this instance. Archos is here now. I kind of like having the fire, though, to allow for my Furiox to pop off a little bit more. Kind of cuddle like this. I didn't get enough time again. I'm just too damn slow. Wanted to move this Scarabok over. Rutko, good little stun, but I'm looking out for this Rampy. It's going to take to the skies here in just a second. What does it chunk? I think it chunked one of my guys down pretty badly. We got rolled. My goodness. What are they even cooking with? Just the early stages of a Rogue Revenant squad? Damn. Toxic. Guess I should probably commit to making this somewhat of a bunker. Yeah, credits just show up in this game so much faster now, to the point where I'm genuinely not being fast enough. I'm used to being able to sit back if I'm playing greedy and being able to just wait a couple of rounds before anything truly happens. But no, I actually have to start moving now. Take a power per cast. Why not? Not having much of a front line is kind of cooking me right now. Something like this. Get you tankier. Like that. Chikondi is going to try and dive in. I genuinely don't see any more value from having this T-bow. Alfie. Mammoth upgrade, that's good. Take that. Scarebok upgrade, and then there's Axon. Okay. Get into the field a little bit late, but we'll at least get up to the 3 bulwarks. My Furiox is sleeping on the job. Next round, I can attune my ranger to one of the tanks. Get Harbinger, but it's such a late Harbinger that I might actually go out and last. We'll have to see. Now you're lucky I know ya. All good though. For fun, try that. Bring you back down here. One of my tanks I could go for. Why is this gonna be Magma Harbinger? Gladly take that, but I actually need to find some. Crap, I just passed it. Alluvials that I need. Alfie's here. Swap out. Give it to you instead. Hopefully this... Oh, I actually got rid of Granite by doing that, didn't I? And I still had a spot left over. I am absolutely throwing. I'm trolling, as Slicks would say. And now my Sin Alpha is going to absolutely cook me. Yeah, if there's a game where I'm getting Harbinger at the same time where I'm getting my first Invokers, I think I'm a little behind. Need some good shots, but we are going to fall out of here in last place. Caribou fell as well, but we're going to fall harder. And that is easily an 8th place, I believe. The tempo is definitely different. Yep, there it is. We are dead last. Quick reset here. Of course, every 2 games I reboot my game no matter what. I swear. Yes, yes. I mean, I know I said I wanted to get as many games as possible today, but I didn't realize I was going to be speedrunning my own lobbies and getting myself killed just to get more games in. This is not how you, in fact, farm the Battle Pass. That is one thing I'm happy about, at least, though. I am so close to actually finishing the Battle Pass now. Or at least finishing the Battle Pass. I don't consider the reward at the very, very end like the true end of it. I believe you get like some points extra or something when you play your games. For me, it's getting the actual battle board as the last goal for me, and I am so close to it. I think another week or 2 I could probably get it. Right, it does help to actually be good. You do end up doing the battle pass faster if you know you're not actually trash at the game. Yeah, because this battle board, this is what I want. And once I get this, I'll basically consider my battle pass completed. There, of course, is this here, the points multiplier. But I'm still... I think that's more so towards like end-of-month raffles or something along those lines. And it's nice. I'm not going to say it's useless, because it's not useless. But it doesn't excite me, if that makes sense. Okay, so my current suit is all full of blood because I am getting absolutely killed. Let's change to blue. Because, of course, I normally like to actually match what I'm wearing. I was going completely against it here today. Stop. Stop. I see you. Stop. Everything's running great. I think we're good. Now games are starting to load in pretty quickly here, so this is good to see. Even something so simple as actually having your rating in the corner is a nice little change. There's many times where I've wanted to check it and I'd have to go into the leaderboard and scroll down until I find myself. Or sometimes it would show up in the top right. Now it's just actually here. It's the little things. Oh, you're good. You're good. I would let you know if there was actually a problem, and there isn't. You're good. So what was that? 2 games, and it was like a 6th and an 8th? Or no, we did get in the top 4 the first game. It was 4 and 8. Let's do something a little bit better. At least we're not on Shard Bluff. I mean, Abyssal Basin isn't any better, though. It's still going to be rather chaotic. And what kind of team I have to go for might be determined already. You're going to make me play Rogue, bro. Aww. I am so bad at rogues. Does the Lynx end up being rogue at least? No, it's actually a Bulwark one. Okay. Well. That's gonna be rough. Another IPL this weekend. Yeah, we're gonna have the final event before the World Championships, which is, of course, the last chance qualifier. All the people that weren't in the top 48 have one more shot, one more tournament to try and get into the finals. And still just waiting on a couple of things to be confirmed for said finals. Now, it gave me a rogue chip, but what if I protest? Okay. Make you empath for now. There's water. Let's make you water. Let's make you tanky. Get you some benefits. And have my little Lynx become a rogue. Mom spaghetti, exactly. Of course, as much as I love winning, I like experimenting and trying new things here. So based off of what I've got in front of me so far, if the weapons allow me, I might try something a little bit different. Got a water weapon, we'll take rogue weapon, okay. Bugger. Okay, I'm not going to end up getting the Ripple Flail, which is kind of what I was hoping for. I mean, I guess we'll go for Rogue. We do now have our Lynx leveled up here, evolved. And with it now being a tank, you can become a Vanguard. And we are just going to dive bomb the heck out of this squad and see what happens. Jump scare Bulwark Lynx, gonna stun up everybody here in just a second. There we go. Granted, by doing that, my Lynx is gonna end up being sacrificed, but did we do enough damage to get the job done anyway? So far, it looks pretty good. Just gotta eventually turn onto that Doka. My Ranger still has its Omega coming here in a second. There it is. Perfect. Okay, Omnivamp is going to be nice. Attack speed is nice as well. I think I like the... Here, we'll level up 1. Put Doka. But take that off. I want to make it seem ominous. I want it to be obvious as to what I am doing here. But again, I'm so damn slow that I'm actually going to be stuck doing this. Might not have been a bad thing, though, for this round. My Ranger's kind of getting picked on, though. Get out of there. Does that actually make you untargetable for a second when you do that? I was surprised that they didn't just focus down the Ranger. Lynx is still here, still somewhat healthy. Pick up the rest of these rogues here. And that will do it right through the shield, and there we go. Okay, one more Rota. Let's get a Tipo off the board. Lente is here. You're here. Rota is here. Do that. It's the bonus. Yeah, Kiproth knows what's coming now. There we go. I'll end up sacrificing the Graco, but that is okay. Kind of torn between two styles as it stands right now. Okay, Verdant Vanguard doesn't even make sense because I don't even have the Vanguard weapon. We will take that one. Okay, Rota showing up. We've got the Revo now. Another rogue for the squad. Let you join. Lynx check. What are we looking at? Of course, I have the one. Nobody else is running a Lynx. Sounds good to me. Got another rogue imprint. Some more tankiness. Then we roll. Take you. I'll take you. You. All the Rye are there, but I'm not going to snag it. Let's get Gorilla. Snag some of those. You. Snag View. Okay, that's actually a very, very odd find to find so here. That should join the squad. Buff up the squad here. Not make you water. Make you water instead. And the rest of my units are actually rogues. So this works out. Still looking for my Lynxes. Not going as easy compared to the other rounds. Might end up getting punished this time pretty badly. I'll pause at 10. But now we're going to really test this economy system because I went very, very heavy into getting this Lynx. And of course I have Archos here as well. It was kind of autopiloted because I was thinking I was going for some sort of Aegis, when in all reality I don't have the ability to truly go for Aegis here, so I'll hang on to it for now because I feel kind of stupid that I picked it up, but it definitely isn't helping me any. Found a lot of well, not the Exalted Gorillas. We got another Greater Gorilla. If anybody was playing Mud, they are probably mad at me. Don't necessarily see any Mud players, though, so I guess we're okay. Yeah, everybody else is so rich, and you can see I'm just broke up at the top. I better be winning these rounds a couple of times. Now that even Penguin is here. Okay, Valente, sub out. Penguin, you can join. Archos, you can join. Rogue Archos. Let's see how this goes. And if we're gonna find the imprints, we might as well try and get creative. Is it stupid? Yeah, big time. Is it working? Yeah, but I've also spent a lot of credits to make this happen, so I cannot sit here and pretend that it's good. I'm not gonna preach that to you. But I have to really win a lot of rounds here in a row. Let's get the extra damage on that Duke of an Omega. Right, a lot there for the penguin. Bring it to the side, that's fine. You dive in anyway. If I needed to, I could level, but I think I'm somewhat confident that just maybe we can get this done. Okay, my main tank link's not necessarily where it needs to be. Good shot from the Rampy. It is going to get targeted down, though. A lot of low health bars, and I don't see much in regards to sustain for them, so I think just the raw HP pool from my links is going to be enough to take care of it, but Revo is also there. Penguin's still there as well. Take that one. This is so stupid, but I mean, it's funny. I love it. Only on Abyssal Basin. Fire Imprint and the Fury Heart, that's a nice pick. The health, no, not some... I can make something else a rogue? I think we just might. Okay, so Penguin, you'll eventually take that. I'll give it to... maybe Rampy for now? What else would I want to make a rogue? I still need actually Lura. That's one. I'm not used to clicking Luras because I don't normally play rogue, but getting Vanguard, so getting Penguin and a Malura is definitely going to be something I need to do. That future-proof this team a little bit. A legendary crate as well. My god. Okay. Ascendant Relic would be nice, but the Hyper Striker would be more incredible upfront damage. Eventually that goes to Penguin. Does that go to Penguin now? I think it's the only thing that can really be somewhat safe in this comp. This team looks a little bit tough here coming out from Badul, though. That's a lot of fully evolved Illuvials. Rampy, are you going to be able to get your shot out in time? Just enough. A lot of low health bars, but their Archos is doing a good job of keeping them topped off. Only the Archos themselves is kind of low. I imagine they're going to be able to sustain here. Yes, I have my links. It's going to be doing good damage, but now that that Exalted Monk gear's onto my links, we're not going to be long for this world. We've almost made it back up to 70 credits, though, after going all the way down to 10 to get the links. Leave it as is for now. Get my drone out of the way. I can't see my Illuvials. In theory, if Penguin stays here, it will be safe from everything except the Monk here, but all the rest of my units are diving towards Monk here anyway. Might work out alright. Gorilla got absolutely smoked. Ramp fight Omega. Got the one, but could have been positioned better. You can tell I don't play Rogue. FE. Maybe? Oh, shot down from the skies. Yeah. Yep. And we still have decent HP. 75 health left. Still got a lot of time to work with. One thing I see a lot of people do is actually turn Winks into a rogue as well. I kind of want it for the dust. The rest of these credits can go level. We'll get the next turn. Dive you in. Archos on the outside just enough. Ramfy, are you going to be able to squeak in there? I'm curious. Okay, good coverage onto Ramfy. It's not going to take any damage. It's actually the Archos that takes damage immediately. Not optimal, but we'll take it. First Ramfy Omega blows up the Chikoro, so we'll take that as well. Gorilla on to the healers. Getting our big stun. Not a sure thing by any means with how this is going. Ramfy's kind of stuck on the outside. Yeah, it's going to get shot down. Good try. That's alright, having fun with it nonetheless here. Experimenting, seeing what we can do. Dash showing up as thing. Is there any Penguins, CT or CCTV, Loki, and Giuliano both taking it? So am I gonna have to go for something else? Dash? That throws a ring. The things. Have you set up something like this? Since Penguin is contested, I might be stuck having to go for Umber, which is going to be a much more expensive option, and it's not going to be Vanguard. A lot of low health bars. I think we're still going to just come up barely short. Are there any other imprints that come on out here? No, it's just at the start, eh? Okay. Revo versus the world! It's a penguin, it's not happening. Bura is another Ramfy. Level up a bit. In theory, after this NPC round, I should have enough to level up to 8, and then that's when we can start looking for our rolls. Try and find more dashes, maybe find some more penguins, find some more rampies. I have to see if there's something I can do maybe a little bit better with my rogue. An Omega heal or Omnivamp? Yeah, it's basically one and the same, isn't it? I think just go for Omnivamp in this instance. Fuko, energy crates. What do we got? Energy into Omega power. That sounds good for Effie. We find more Omega power. Go for only the biggest booms here in this one. Level up. Dash can join. Take legendary. I kind of sacrifice my winks in this instance. Might work out if I'm lucky, though. That's a lot of focus around my Ramphy. Dive it through. Some pretty decent damage. Can we find one more before going down, though? One more we will actually get, so that could hopefully... Oh, no, never mind. Everybody else died. Shoot. Well, at least I'm not getting last this game. We did lose one of our players. Damage amp. Lura is here. Who do I sub out? I think... Okay, the Archos was funny, but we need to bring one back in here. We could have had Predator this entire time, and I just completely disregarded that. Okay, get some levels. We have Dust now, so a little bit of a spike there. Do I find anything else of help? That is pretty nice, I'm not going to lie. The attack damage to you. Go to the other side. I don't want you ganked immediately. I could not save Penguin, though, so it's going to end up getting sacrificed. But this absolute mess of a team going on through. They have a Scoriox already, so that's kind of brutal. Maybe we can jump on it, though, if we're lucky. Another Dust Shot. Alright. Dodged a bullet that time. I still have room, of course, to maybe get another level and bring Archos in as well. Is there anything else that I could find of value, I wonder? Oh. Looking for penguins, I'm looking for rakes, both contested. You can see hardly finding anything. 2 Rampies is a nice pickup. Make you the support. Bring you over. Try to, as sketchily as possible, optimize this. My poor Rake is going to get focused immediately. Going targetable for a second, thankfully. Ramphite, good damage. Abyssal Basin is forcing me to play rogues. Well, as scrappy as I can, we'll do it. Definitely don't recommend anybody to do what I'm doing, but it is working for now. A lot of low health bars for everybody. Nobody is higher than 50. Make room. No more Rota. In theory, I would want a Malura here. Another Lura. Is Malura taken? Oh, Rubik has some, eh? How many? I have 2 more? The fact that I still have a damn penguin here makes me anxious. Okay. Rake, go to the other side. Ramphite's not necessarily the most valuable of positions, but we'll still give it a shot. He jumps the monk here immediately. That's much better compared to the last time we played this team. Good damage from Ramphite. But I don't necessarily have myself built to be an unkillable lumber. And that's going to cost me, because it got low and it could not recover. Of course, the player that I needed to go down for the Maluras still has health, so I need to make a play now. As I once again smack my stream deck with my mouse and break my view, apparently. Another Maluras here. Is there a world where I just level up to level 9 and then maybe look for Rampfire instead? throw on either another Lura, or I could throw Archos back in there. Definitely a weird feeling. Not experienced in playing Rogue at all. But trying to see if maybe, just maybe, we can squeak out a top 4 out of this. Finding the strike ones are quite nice, precise. There's another ramp. Yeah, I think maybe that is the way we go here. It's the one thing I could roll for that's not necessarily being contested super, super hard. I say that, now I can't find one. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Okay. Middle. Doubles these up. Too slow once again. There's an engine. We'll see if I get to actually use it next round. One more. Oh, we might get lucky here. That was a lot of Firies that I just... Or Furies. Again, right here? No, we're not going to get to do it anyway. Oh... I can't play Rogue to play... Or I can't play Rogue worth a damn. Right at the same time, I also wasn't playing properly for Rogue. So I guess I can't complain. But it's going to be another early exit here. This new patch is beating my ass so far. Maybe squeak one more in, then we'll have the Illuvium 0 cooldown lap. The one thing that I'll say, though, for sure about this patch so far is I love the tempo increase. I love that it feels like I have to be way more attentive, and each round feels like it matters just that much more because you're getting that much more every single round. It does feel like going for an early push or an early roll, so say like what I do with my links is, if you don't get it immediately, and you have to spend a lot of credits, yes, it doesn't take anywhere near as long to get it back up, but while you're there, everybody else has been sitting on so much higher interest, so you're getting punished that way. So the amount of time that it takes for people to get, I guess, outscale, say the Lynxes, for example, it happens much faster. There would be a lot of times where I'd pick up a Lynx before, and I'd be able to roll that thing all the way into like round 20 or so, and feel very, very comfortable. Now, I might get my Lynx, but it feels like maybe only 4 or 5 rounds later that I'm getting rolled, but at the same time, I'm also experimenting. So please do take that with a grain of salt. Another Bulwark Lynx this time, going to be the Ember Lynx. It's a higher variant. Got the remnants of a Shock Squad kind of starting things off here. One thing I'm curious if it's intentional or not. Did they make it so that I cannot see what weapons everybody is picking beforehand anymore? Because you used to be able to. Part of me likes that. Part of me is a little surprised. That is, in fact, how it's supposed to go now. Okay, Kuka, you inadvertently become the tank kind of in this squad. Let's see how it goes. Somehow, my ranger got targeted here. I was not paying attention, so losing the ranger so quickly is definitely going to hurt. We're going to straight up just lose this one. Granted, we were also a level down, so it was probably inevitable. Yeah, let's go into this next round here. I'm going to wait before I pick my weapon, and I'm going to check and see if it'll let me see. Because it was showing me what was being attuned to the weapon, or what was being bound to the weapon. But it wouldn't actually show me the weapon, it would just show me the pistol. Yeah, it very well might be the case for this patch, then, that you can't actually snipe people's weapons or try to play around it. I find that extremely surprising. Go for this. This actually sets me up quite nicely. Bring you on. Let's bring another fire. Let's get 3 fires to start off this one here versus Texan. Texan, if you happen to be in the chat, because I know you happen to tune in quite often, hello. Luck, good game. That's what I was just saying. Yeah, we can't actually scout people's weapons now, so that is so tough. Carl, not going to be a fan of that one. And I can understand anyone who was taking their people's weapons choices into account not being a fan of that. 4 units. No. Bulwark. No. 5. Maybe. Just mitigation the way to go, or just burning? Yeah, apparently they did say that it was going to be changed, so... Alrighty then. Okay, with Kukulus now being here, we have ourselves a very, very quick enchanter style to maybe, if I'm lucky, help sustain me through some of these early fights. You'll see that big old pink flash every time either my ranger or my Kukulus fires off its weapon or fires off their ability. That's healing, that's damage, and it's helping me push through here. I'm not even playing optimally here. I have a Doka still on the field, and I really shouldn't. A Rai, R. Trade out Doka for Flish. Gracos, let's get a little bit ahead of the game here with cleaning up the bench. Feel like I'm gonna need it. Something like this here. Rogue's gonna jump onto my ranger. That's going to hurt. I'm not gonna have 2 sets of sustain anymore. And Kukulus goes down, so my enchanters are gone. I got absolutely blown up. Just a matter of trying to mitigate some of this damage, but I don't think Rylu's going to be able to pull this off. Low health bars, but no eliminations, so we'll take a rather large hit here this time. At least region-wise, this is just Taiga Boreal. It's not Crimson Waste, where I'm getting damaged more. Lynx be my tank for now. This is just a Doka round, so I'm not too concerned. Then let's take a look and see what everybody's doing. Tank up a little bit more. Potential is there. Level 5. Let's play the rolling game. Oh my. Okay, there's a good find. Protect the fish. Lynx is online, so for every single game, we have found our fully evolved Lynx. And I went absolutely broke doing it. As always. Is this stupid? Probably. Am I having fun doing it? Absolutely. So, we have a little bit of a trade-off here. So, the way this is set up, I'm going to be trying to essentially force the shock play through. I did not see anybody else picking up Railu or Rise. I did not see anybody else picking up the Tirus. I did not see anybody else picking up Lynxes either. Carl has some now, but it's alright, because I have already evolved my Lynx fully. Give the tank augments over to it. Something like this. Give the Omega power to you. And I don't need the Rogue Fire yet, but I could use the Air Rogue. There's a Rai, Kuka, and we could actually get ourselves a... Damn, okay. Let me hold that for now. We could actually get a Gyro. It'd be the first time I've ever actually completed a Gyro. I normally never go for this thing. I'm very, very curious. So that gives Slayer, which the only other Slayer is an Umber. Doesn't necessarily fit in terms of an air comp by any means, but be interesting to get the buff. Take Kuka. There we go. I mean, Fleesh doesn't cost anything but board space, so I'll probably make that for now. Hiru. Not gonna find anything additional. Gyro is here. Protect Scions as best as you possibly can here. Do something like that. And see if the Enchanter heals is going to be enough. And I'm very curious to see what kind of damage thing ends up doing, because right now even the Ranger is outclassing it. I'll be interested to follow and see how that goes. In terms of my other units, so Rukran now has Rylus. I still don't see any Tirus anywhere. Energy cost reduction, so that I'm firing off Enchanter more often, is what I'm thinking here. Because I have my Lynx, I'm going to level at least up to 6, so better chance of finding some other units as well, not just tier 1s. Especially seeing other people somewhat contesting Railu. Who do I actually add back onto the field is probably going to just be a Fleesh. Oh, I already have 2 Scion. Right, because the Ranger's a Scion. Okay. Optimally, it probably should have just been Tiru, but that's okay. This can still work. Gyro coming back to save Squiz. That worked out nicely. I mean, we're going to roll for a little bit, it looks like, here in this early game. This doesn't look too bad. Maybe I do something kind of similar to the first game of the day, where I went for heavy air with fire and shock. And what do I do in terms of this? So tier 3 units, I don't necessarily have that. Orc Imprint. Attack speed, maybe just Omnivamp? Just try to naturally naturally find some of these other units. Might be the way to go. Get a little bit of a credit and definitely needed that. Brawler crate. Snowball or the shield? I think I'm just going to turn this into a tank augment, basically. Give that to you. Give this to you. We'll pick up Empath, the Vermilia, just for another air. Gyro, go over there. What's this even give again? It does give you attack damage. I feel like it doesn't much. I'm just gonna give it over to the tank again. Wildfire base comp coming out here from Texan. Doesn't have the Scion firepower, but that's plenty of sustain. We can at least hit past these bulwarks, though, because we do have the shock. But if we don't actually find kill shots, they can heal it up with the Archos. And I think that's going to be the problem here. Somehow my... Looks like the Flish is actually taking care of the Squiz. Lots of low health bars here on my side. Can we finish off this Archos? We can, but now, again, that tanky old Crunk here with the Wildfire on top of it and the Blind, it's going to make things difficult, but we might be able to pull through. Oh, that was definitely close. But we do get it. One more Kuka has arrived. I guess we'll clear off the bench of Flishes. So Kuka Raff is just one more Kuka away. I really don't want to throw my Gyro directly into a polar bear. That would be a bad time. Thing. Like this. They are going to move the polar bear over as well. Carl either knew that that was coming or was very, very quick on the draw. My Lynx is going to get completely blown up, and this Rampy did not get taken down. That is going to be catastrophic here for me. I thought I had enough damage and enough sustain and enough crowd control to actually stop that from happening. That did not happen in the slightest, it looks like. Probably make a move towards level 7 very, very shortly. Love to just find Coop F, though. But Junk is also going for it. Let's push towards 7. What do I have for empaths? Just the one Kuka? Use up kind of like this. Just do something like that. Protect the Squiz as best as you can. Riley and my Fleece should have definitely switched spots here. They're going to be kind of trapped, not doing anything. Some good damage to the Rogue front line, but again, Rampy going to cause a problem. That doesn't sound like my playlist. He was not. I thought I had that on loop. I guess not. We did end up getting smoked there. Junk is the one that's holding the birdos. take them down, I can then go look for the Kuka loose, or rather the Kuka Raft. I think I can just beat it as is without any additional upgrades. Nothing's gonna jump at me by any means. Just a lone T-Roo, which I'm not really afraid of in this. See if we can make this work here. Lynx needs to do a little bit more, a better job compared to that first round, or that last round rather, where it got popped pretty quickly. Seems like it's having a better time here versus this team. Shock. Enchanter buffs, and then there's the big ol' shield. That's exactly what we need, and we should be able to take junk out. I can then hopefully do a couple small rolls and maybe find the Kuka Raft that I'm looking for. Transition on over into finding a Mammoth. Would be the best case scenario. There's Mammoth, actually. We were just talking about it. In fact, if I get rid of Railu, or not get rid of them, but at least just put them on the bench for now. Do something like this. So now I at least have the 6 air portion complete. Myself rather difficult to hit at the very, very least. Items. No air crate, unfortunately, but I can at least take the fire imprint to give myself the attack damage that I would have been missing. Damage increase, or I'll take the raw damage increase. If I turn the bird into fire, give it a little bit more damage, give it the hollow stasis, I am extremely close to being at max credits now. Is anybody else going for Kuka Loose right now? I think I can actually afford to wait until I'm in max interest. Protect the Squiz. Mammoth has a little bit of extra range compared to traditional tanks, so I can put them behind the Lynx and be okay. I still also need to try to find a Quinks at some point here to truly get the most out of my gyro. Can we shut down this Umber, please? Or not the Umber, this Rake, please. There we go, thank you. Now that we're at the max threshold for interest, that's quite nice. An Earth Imprint isn't going to do me anything. I don't have 5 Bulwarks, so I'm not too concerned about that. The Omega Power Shield might be kind of nice. Those damage amp. Let's try the shield. Fighters, there's the Winks as well. I think we just transition this to air. Gyro is going to go directly to the Ranger as of this moment, so I'm going to move it over in a minute. It is Carl again, though, so I imagine he's expecting it, but he's going to frontline his bear instead. Mammoth isn't doing anything right now, unfortunately. Now it's going to come on through. Like, what on earth just happened to my team? We all just got smoked. Damn, Carl. Big shot, but at least we're not last here in this game once again. Not going to be 7th either. Another one does end up falling. Railu, I will send back. Do I even need to keep T-Roos now? I don't think so. Pick these up. There's Mammoth. Pick that. There's Kukaraf. That's Tempest now, actually. There we go. Now we maybe look to level a little bit more. Then have there. Got Quinks right around the corner as well. This feels like an obnoxious team to deal with, especially if they don't have any way to actually hit through air, any sort of true sight or anything like that. But I need to start finding more, some more power here for Squiz especially. Am I the only one with Squiz right now? That is a plus. That's a bonus here for me. Let's level up a bunch. Next turn, we will be able to level. Texan, though, between the Wildfire and the Inferno, I think... Well, they don't even have Wildfire anymore. It's just Inferno now. They are going to try to cook me alive. They will be super effective against me. But they do have to hit me. How many rakes are there out, or dashes right now? One. Just the one, and the player is falling behind. Might be silly, but it might be a way to do it. Oh boy. Yeah, Ramp Fight just absolutely smoked my back line. The Umber is down. Buffer is still doing okay, and I don't have much room to actually make plays here. Even do its attack speed and damage on takedown, and it has to be an Umber to get it. Oh god, that's actually so tough. Might be honestly better off just trying to take an Alfie and get myself 5 Scion. Either way, I think I have to start rolling for high power Illuvials next turn. 18 HP is not a lot. I've been getting nothing but tank augments too, which is extremely irritating given the composition that we're kind of going for here. You have Bear now. Give you that instead. I need damage. Tank. Take the tank. There's Dash. Or Mammoth. Thanks. Okay. 1-for-1 swap. We have Dust now. A little late, but we'll take it. Mammoth again. Okay, Dash. Dash. Or could be cooked here. There's Alfie. I'll pause for now. Can we lock down this Malura before it stuns? It is not going to be able to do so. Come on, Dust. We need some value here. Big time. Blind these fighters. Let me shoot, even though I don't have much firepower. Okay, we will get wrecked, and I think this might be a convincing enough loss that we do lose here. We're gonna end up falling below the top 4, I think. 5th once again, so damn. This patch is kicking my ass so far here today. I'm also very under-practiced as it starts snowing in my green screen. I'll fix that up here in just a second's time. Wow. Yeah, this new patch absolutely smoked me. The new tempo of gameplay is definitely a lot to get used to. And if there's one thing that I at least consistently did that I can see is kind of not working, early rolling just puts you so far behind now. And like when I was pushing for my Lynxes and whatnot, the window of where you would get some value of having those Lynxes feels so small now. When before, I used to be able to ride that power spike a lot longer. So that was rough. But at the same time, I'm also very, very, like I said, I am not very good. I am not practiced. Definitely need a little bit more time with the game to kind of figure it out. But anybody who's trying to get into this final call, you don't have much time. You have, what, today, tomorrow, and then Friday morning to figure it out. So it's going to be a tough task ahead of you. I know I'm definitely going to be keeping a big watch. And watching very, very closely, I guess is the proper term here. Watching very closely to see what everybody's cooking. Because we'll be wrapping things up with our Illuvium 0 cooldown lap here. Of course, I'm in progress of finding all of the tier 3 biodata in the game. I am just 3 alluvials away. I believe I need a Monarch, a Blotto, and what's the last one? Where's my sheet? Monarch, Blotto, and Vermilier. That's what it is. See if I can finish those off. And double check and see if I'm snowing. I am absolutely still snowing. I'll fix that in just a second here. All right. And let's chill, okay. Haven't checked the plots at all here today, so I still gotta gather all of the pieces as well. Okay, scanners, can we find any tier 3s? Not this time. Nope. 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 One more? No, not from this plot anyway. What about skin blueprints? Got a fact for the Revo, which is nice, but not what I'm looking for. 2 facts for the Revo, nice, but it's not what I'm looking for. Send off my next version here. I seem to be running out of the yellow one. I always forget what it's called. The Solon. Running out of that. That. And this is probably fine for now. The next plot. These up. Take the fuel, of course. Still very rich on the other of these other resources. Scanners, I have how many going right now? I've got 5. Let's see. Same idea. Can we get any tier 3s? We're 0 for 2 currently with our plots. What about blueprints? We do get the Stoic Lynx, actually. There we go. Stoic Lynx's suit. Quickly hop on over. Which one was that again? It's the Arrowweave. So it's the first one, Stoic. Arrowweave, we'll check that box off there. And we'll stop that from going again. I can then start the Stoic Lynx as a drone to see if I can get my combo eventually. Alright, Stoic Lynx. There you are. Drone skin. Go. Still got a couple here though. Virtuous Lynxes. Not gonna find it. What about the Arcane Ember Lynx? This time. There we go. We got one. Still have some fuel room for another. I don't think I have all of my research labs going. What? I don't have the Arcane Hydrolynx going. I don't. Let me double check again. Arcane Hydrolynx has nothing. Let's go for the suit for that. Because it's a little unfortunate. I know the Lynx skins right now you can't actually make in-game. But I want to still have the blueprints for whenever they do finally become available in-game. Because they, honestly, to me, they have some of the coolest skins in the game. But just can't make it yet, fortunately. Similar idea this time. Scanners. Nope. 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 We are 0 for 3 for scanners here today, unfortunately. What about our blueprints, though? The Nimble Lynx is going to find a Chopin. That is going to be a new one here for me. Hop on over, Nimble Lynx. Chopin. There we go. We'll gladly take that one in there. Get back to in-game. Now I have to figure out which one of these is actually controlling the drone. I'm gonna hope it's the last one. What about our Arcane Terra Lynxes? We get a fact for one, but then nothing from the other. So, blueprints-wise, we're at least finding a few things here today. And then the Nimble... That's a Relentless. Nimble Lynx. Why can't I find you, Nimble Lynx? I did it again, that's a Relentless. Nimble Lynx, there you are. I found the drone. And go for the armor. Try and see if get 2 chances at getting that one. Got one more plot that actually has the chance of blueprints and scanning. Gotta scoop up the actual fuel to make it happen. Last shot for the day. Scanners, are we gonna go 0 for 4? We're not, but it's gonna be for the Winx. I already have Winx on a different plot. We are gonna miss at the chance of finding anything new here today in terms of scanning. But what about blueprints for this plot? Blueprints are gonna fall flat. So a little bit of a rough day in terms of discoveries here on the Illuvium Zero plots, but not every day can be a banger. That's what makes those moments where you find multiple ones in one day just that special. I'm just going to quickly go through my plots that are currently in progress of being either constructed or are focused on fuel only. Tier 3 in particular is a fuel only plot. I just always make sure to dump my fuel in there. Burn it up no matter what. I could be picky and save my fuel for times where I know there's maybe a little bit more action, a little bit more excitement. But I would imagine myself, knowing me, I would probably just end up missing timings. So I just do it every week anyway, just because I can. And it's easier for me to remember. Just cleaning up trees at this point here. Still in progress. I've got 2 attempts. Of course, this one is still from my speedrun attempt, or speedrun if you want to call it. It's just trying to see how fast I can go from a brand new plot to getting a blueprint in my wallet. 2 shots are going to both miss, so unfortunate here today once again. We got the blueprint, or not the blueprint, but we got the biodata there for that Archie so quickly. We got it on the first pull. But the research labs are really holding me back right now. Low-key debating on building a 3rd. I have 2 of them as of this moment, but even now, I can't properly fund the research labs because my fuel generator is so low and I don't check in enough on my plots to truly capitalize on it. One more final one. Scoop this up real quick. And we'll call it a day there. Alright. Okay, so with that all being said, I'll be closing up shop here for today. I tell you what, anybody who's trying to get into that final call IPL, the Illuvium Pro League tournament, for their last chance at getting into the World Championships, it's essentially what feels like a brand new game. So if you have some habits from the old game, like say myself, old strategies that were your go-tos, well, they're gonna play so much differently now. And I definitely hope you have the opportunity to get some practice in before the tournament, because you could be up for a rude awakening, or this could be the perfect opportunity maybe to just start fresh and know that you're on a completely even playing field with the rest of the community, and you have truly your best opportunity of getting a wild card slot, or not a wild card slot, but a last chance qualification. This is definitely your chance to do it. I know I definitely have to do some more practice. I'm not trying to qualify or anything. Will likely be casting, of course, but definitely need to do some more research, because it is a brand new game now, it feels like, and much, much quicker. It's a lot of fun, but it's pretty intense. Definitely going to be doing more research. In terms of the rest of the schedule, of course, this is day 5 in a row of doing some sort of cast, so I'm going to be taking the next 2 days off of being live anyway. I'll be right back to the video editing gulag of sorts, getting some clips of Illuvium as well as myself, of course. And the next time that you'll see me on stream will probably be Saturday on Illuvium stream. We'll be doing some coverage of the last chance qualifier happening on Saturday or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but we're just going to do coverage on Saturday, Sunday. You'll see me there. Of course, anybody who's tuned in who might be new here, I do stream every Monday and Wednesday here on this channel, and would love to hang out with you again, whether it's following on Twitch or subbing on YouTube. Would absolutely love to have you back. So if you have not done so already, again, if you'd like, I'd definitely absolutely love to have you back. But until next time, I will see you on the Illuvium stream in the near future.